The Man in the Hallway, submitted by Daniel, age 22. I used to live in a small apartment building in Virginia. It had 6 units all on one floor. It was quiet, mostly older tenants, but the guy directly across from me was something else. He was always in the hallway. I'd leave for work at 6 a.m., and he'd be standing there, leaning on the wall, staring at me without saying a word. No phone, no bag, nothing, just watching. One night I got home late. As I walked down the hallway, I saw him again, this time crouched near my door. I froze. He slowly stood up and said, "Oh, I dropped something." But he didn't pick anything up. A few days later, I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of my door handle jiggling, very softly, like someone didn't want me to hear. I looked through the peephole. He was standing there, smiling, not trying to open it anymore, just staring straight into the peephole, like he knew I was watching. I called the police, but they couldn't do anything. 2 weeks later, he suddenly moved out. Before he left, I caught him dragging a heavy duffel bag down the hallway. When he passed me, he whispered, "You sleep too deeply." I still don't know what he meant. The Backyard Window, submitted by a woman named Brooke. I live alone in a small house in the suburbs. Behind me is another house with a family I almost never saw. One night I was washing dishes when I heard a tapping sound coming from the backyard window, the one above my sink. Tap, tap, tap. I wiped my hands and leaned closer. A man's face appeared inches from the glass. I screamed and backed into the counter. He didn't move. He just kept tapping with one finger, staring inside like he was studying everything. I shut the blinds and called police. When they arrived, he was gone, but they found footprints in the mud leading back to the neighbor's yard. Turns out he was their adult son. He had a history of breaking into homes, but the family kept his issues quiet. That night, around 2 a.m., I woke up to the window latch clicking. Someone was trying to open it. I didn't look this time. I just grabbed my phone and hid in the bathroom. When officers came, he was gone again. The family moved a month later, but to this day, I still keep something pressed against that window at night. Return to Unit 3B, submitted anonymously. I moved into my current apartment after a breakup. A few weeks in, I heard constant scratching noises from the apartment next door. Unit 3B. One night the scratching got so loud I knocked on their door. No answer. I went back inside. 5 minutes later, someone knocked on my door. Fast, desperate knocking. When I opened it, no one was there. Just a note on the ground. It said, "Stop making noise, she's sleeping." I was confused. I wasn't making noise. The next morning, the landlord came by for a routine check. I mentioned the neighbor and he paused. "There is no one in 3B, he said. "It's been empty since January." He opened the door to show me. Inside, the apartment was gutted. No furniture, no carpets, just exposed floorboards. On one wall, deep into the wood, were scratch marks, hundreds of them, all at the same height, like someone was crawling. I moved out 2 weeks later. Outro. Thank you to everyone who submitted their stories. If you have a true scary experience, you can send it to the email below. Stay safe and be careful who lives around you.